Hi everybody, welcome back to the Space Blast. If you wanted to send a package to the moon today, who would you choose? You've got NASA, SpaceX, Japan, India, etc. Because here's the mind-melting part. While one rocket costs over $2 billion to launch, another country casually does it for just $50 million. So, where does all that money go? Well, welcome to the global space price war, where rockets compete not just on power, but on price tags. To start things off, we're going to be talking about the gold-plated giant, NASA's SLS rocket. At the top of the leaderboard sits NASA's Space Launch System, also known as SLS. SLS is NASA's most powerful rocket ever built, and it is the world's most expensive rocket. Its price can vary from around $2 to $4 billion. Why, you may say? Because its parts are manufactured across 50 states, thousands of contractors are involved, zero reusability, and maximum power is required, zero discounts. Think of it like building a luxury mansion for a vacation and then setting it on fire once you leave. NASA isn't shopping for bargains here. They're shopping for a moon mission with humans on board, where failure isn't an option. Coming up, we're going to be talking about the Luxury Club, which includes companies like the European Space Agency, known as ESA, or the United Launch Alliance, also known as ULA. Next up, premium membership rockets. Some of these rockets are ESA's Ariane 6 rocket. This rocket costs around $110 to around $125 million. And then we have ULA's Vulcan Centaur rocket, which costs around $110 million. These rockets aren't cheap, but they offer something priceless: independence. And no, I'm not talking about the Declaration of Independence, I'm talking about national security missions. You see, national security missions include payloads like military satellites, spy satellites, or classified payloads that even we don't know. You see, you don't want to borrow a ride when launching classified payloads into space. Think of it like purchasing your own car instead of getting an Uber. Sure, it's more expensive, but at least no one else controls the steering wheel. Same thing with classified military satellites. Next up, the market disruptor, SpaceX. Once upon a time, SpaceX was born into this world for the very first time. They were launching rockets, and before you know it, they started landing the first rockets on Earth using their Falcon 9 rocket. And now, they look like a pro at it. Great job, SpaceX! But anyway, back on topic. The average cost for the launch on SpaceX's Falcon 9 rocket costs around $67 million. And yes, I know, 67, let's go now. But here's the real key twist. Reusability does lower SpaceX's cost, but not necessarily your price, as if you're gonna ever purchase a launch on SpaceX's Falcon 9 rocket. But anyway, just for the details. Think of SpaceX like the self-driving Tesla of space. Super efficient, fast, high-tech, and very profitable. But did you know there's a company that launches rockets for a lower price compared to SpaceX? Meet the Frugal Champion, the Indian Space Research Organization, also known as ISRO. Meet the LVM-3 rocket. ISRO's LVM-3 rocket costs around $50 to $60 million per launch, is not reusable, and does not have fancy booster landings like SpaceX. So, how is it still cheaper than SpaceX? Whoa, not so fast. You see, ISRO does have a lower cost per launch, but they do have a higher cost per kilo into space. This means if you were to send a kilogram using SpaceX and ISRO, it would be cheaper on SpaceX since they have reusability, something that ISRO does not have. But anyway, why are they cheaper per launch? Well, it's because 70 to 85% of their parts are manufactured locally. No expensive imports, no luxury suppliers. And They use frugal engineering. They don't blow up 10 test rockets for fun. Ahem. I think we know who that is. They verify, simulate, test, and fly carefully. ISRO is like the Toyota Corolla of space. Not flashy, insanely reliable, and shockingly affordable. But then, on the horizon, a new challenger emerges into the arena. Meet the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency, also known as JAXA. Meet their H-3 rocket. The target price for Japan's H-3 rocket is somewhere between $35 million to $50 million, even lower than India and SpaceX. Their secret weapon? Car parts, literally. Instead of investing in fancy aerospace sensors, they invest in automotive grade electronics, the same kind trusted in many vehicles today. Think of it like this. Why custom forge a gold spoon when a stainless steel one works perfectly fine? Same is the case for JAXA. And now, the moment you have been waiting for, the final verdict. Who wins? Well, there is no single winner in this case, only the right tool for the right job. What do I mean by that? Well, here's the case. Each rocket was built to serve a purpose. NASA, with their SLS rocket, was tasked to send humans to the moon. Vulcan and Ariane 6 were tasked with the military payloads. Falcon 9 was tasked with big payloads and reusability. ISRO and JAXA were tasked with sending payloads for a very low price. Launch customers look at their demands and pick the rockets that they want. And at the end of the day, reusability lowers the cost of launches, but strategy determines the overall price. To sum things up, space travel isn't getting cheaper because of one magic trick. It's getting cheaper because of economics, engineering, and national priorities. So tell me, would you rather choose a budget-friendly workhorse or a reusable super rocket? Let me know down in the comment section below. And before you leave, please make sure to hit the like and subscribe button and smash that notification bell to receive daily updates on future content that I post. Thank you so much again for joining the Space Blast. Until then, see you next time.